you really feel?
So
we're going to talk about the Traitors. And I'm sure you got a lot of opinions. I'm really excited about this year's seasons, whatever.
This new season.
Yes.
We gonna help her learn how to talk today, y'all. Go ahead.
Did you see both?
So-
Are you talking about season number 2?
We talking about
I
season
saw
2.
both seasons, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm talking about season number 2 because this time they decided to do a all famous cast. So
Okay.
how do y'all feel about that? Because I did not like
Love
the
it.
fact that they did an all famous cast,
Love it.
but then I also like the fact that
Love
they
it.
did an all famous
I
cast.
Love it. Love it.
Because-
Love it.
I love the first season having ordinary people there with the famous people. I feel like it gave it more dynamics. But this season they have such a great all-star cast that it's
agree.
kind
I'm
of
here
like
for
hard
it.
to hate on it because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know him, I know him, I know her.
Baby,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Peacock did good.
They
man.
winning.
Okay.
Last season, I didn't feel bad when the girl was like, I'm going to take all the money. Because I was like, I would too. But then them regular folks really needed the money. So I was like, ugh. And then this season, I'm like, whoever get the money, they're not really caring about if they get it or not. It's not like it's life or death for the money. It's more like, I want to know who the traitor is.
Right.
So the gameplay for me is better this season because of the reality star cast. I'm here for it.
Who's your favorite?
Pheadra.
You know it.
Okay,
You know it.
bitch.
She's giving
We
all the
team
personality,
Pheadra the whole
all
time.
the attitude.
Yes.
Like she's carrying the show to
Oh.
me. Like I'm tuning in to see
Okay,
Pheadra.
bitch. They tuning into you now, honey. Okay. They gonna tune in to see you. Okay.
Because
She's
it's
awake.
just
You better
like-
carry this motherfucking show, bitch. Yes,
She
ma'am.
said, come on.
She said,
We're awake.
and did you say give you
Because
personality?
this is one of my favorite shows.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, like with her quips and her attitude, and like she just brings so much entertainment. I'm just tuning in. I'm like, what's she gonna say next? Oh,
Okay.
who come for her? So we
Baby.
have. How far along are you? Because we don't want to ruin anything.
You can't
for you.
ruin it, honey.
Okay,
I
so
am
we
on
going
this
to talk
show.
anyway.
Because you got opinions. Go ahead.
All the day.
We were so upset. Me and her both agree. We were upset that Dan played Pheadra and called her
Played.
out on that episode.
Played her.
Yes.
And that's why his ass went the fuck home. And that's why in his confessional afterwards, he was like, I maybe shouldn't have done that because she is a lawyer. What you think she was? Just a housewife? Here we
And
go.
It's like they need to have some contract or something in place. Like it's not that interesting if the traitors get to betray each other because they know who the other traitor is.
Yeah.
Right.
So to me, it's like someone who was doing so good at playing in the background, you now have outed her, and she could have got all the way through
And
to the
he's a
end.
traitor.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was.
So
was
it's
just
like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because he had already gotten in cahoots with the other traitor that they added in. And it, I ain't saying it seemed like it was a white against the black. But it
That's
felt
what
that
it
way.
feels like.
It felt
It
that way.
did, because you would think anybody with any sort of intelligence would have been like, okay, well, I need to turn on poverty because that's the
Yeah.
only other person people are questioning.
Exactly.
So that's the only person that I can really actually probably get them to vote
And
off right
didn't
now.
they say that in the beginning when they when
Yes.
Pheadra and Dan asked her to become one? They said we can throw her out there to the wolves,
Yes.
and then it's for us. And then he changed the whole thing by trying to be in. But that's why his ass got voted off.
That's
so
why
you
he
know
got
what?
voted off.
Bye, Dan.
And she called him Dirty Dan. And
Yes.
I'm like, I will forever know this man as Dirty,
Dirty
Dan.
Dan.
now.
Okay.
Just like Bergie. Bergie is always burgerlicious. Not my burgerlicious. Not my burger. She be like, and when they killed the one person, Eskinsu, oh, not Ekinsu. Oh, Lord, help, baby Jesus. I said, Pheadra, you won. You won, Pheadra. We are here for your Oscar-worthy performance every week.
You remember when Dan brought it up at the table? He said, look, did y'all see her reaction? She was overacting. And they were like, have you seen her show? She always over dramatic.
Right. They were like, she's like that every
All the
day.
time.
That's just who she is.
Dan did not want the black girl to do her shit.
No.
He did not want to
He
see her
didn't.
win because it made absolutely
No
no
sense.
sense. And I was just like, first of all, Poverty, you won how many seasons of the Survivor? Poverty is, I think is her name right? Poverty, something
I
like that.
don't know where she from.
And she... She won how many seasons, and she gonna go along with Stupid Dan's plan? I would have been like, no, that
Bruh,
don't make no sense.
That's how life is.
Yeah.
That
Well,
shows you
I
how
don't know
life
if
is.
she went along with his plan. She was kind of just like, I'm going to let him throw himself under the bus, which is why she is kind of like, I think she's kind of coming back into the game, although I think they're going to vote her off next week. But it's just like,
Is Poverty a traitor?
Yeah, she's a traitor.
Why do you think they're gonna vote her off?
Because they know for sure she's a traitor.
They know for sure because the whole thing was the episode before. Peter had orchestrated to say, secretly, oh, I have the shield, because they came back and said they wouldn't say who had the shields. And so because of that, they said, well, 9 times out of 10, they're going to try to vote off somebody who has the shield. And they did. They tried to murder Bergie. Bergie showed up. And then Pheadra, my Bergalicious, yes. Because Pheadra ain't have nothing to do with that voting. That was Dan and Poverty. And so at that point, Peter was like, we got him. We got him because he said, I only told 2 people, Dan and Poverty, that I had the shield. So they knew they couldn't vote me off. So at that point, they then went and tried to vote off Bergie. Okay. And then Bergie couldn't get voted off because he had a shield. So everybody showed back up. So it's good. When you catch up, you're going to be like, ooh.
But now they're scrambling because of what Dan did. They're scrambling to try to extend the season because it's like they already know Poverty is a traitor. Right. So they're like, how are we going to make sure Pheadra get another person to throw suspicion off of her?
They're going to do it.
Like, it's just like they're trying to figure out how to stretch it because that last episode, that little twist, it was like weird. I'm like, you didn't need this. Why you put this? But they needed more time.
If I were Pheadra, I'm talking to you. And I know this has already been recorded, but I hope you pull Sheree in because they believe that Sheree is a faithful so bad. And if 2 sisters from the housewife, that would be so good. But
do you think she would turn though? Do you think Sheree would accept a request?
Well, I knew Peter wasn't gonna do it.
I knew it too. He told everybody that like I will never be a traitor. I could never be a traitor.
I think that if Sheree became a traitor, they would know that one of them were a traitor. When they boils down to it. Does that make sense?
You think so?
Because then they'd be like, oh my gosh, no one looked at them. No one saw them.
Well, that's what Dan said in his whole speech.
But see, Dan ain't supposed to say that. He's supposed to let somebody else say that. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the part of it because ain't nobody gonna look at them. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody gonna look at one of them, but they're gonna look at 2 of them. So,
yeah.
I mean, she could go and grab Sandra from Survivor.
I wouldn't.
No.
I don't like Sandra. Sandra don't strike me as the type
she wants to win.
Yeah, she wants to win.
So she would throw everybody under the mother.
So too. Because she wanted to be a traitor in the beginning.
Yeah. That's true.
She's like, I'm so competitive. So I saw the first 2 episodes. But I think it was a show that I started trying to watch season 1 first, but I've just been like kind of like so busy. So it's like it's on in the background. And so I'm like, okay, let me just go to season 2 because I like
season 2 so much better.
Yeah, and I like Phaedra's little ad libs and all the things that she's saying. It's just that she is just so funny, her one-liners.
Honey.
And they brought back the other lady, I forget her name at the moment, but she was on season 1. They brought her back, but Kate. And I was like, you really don't actually need Kate. Like Kate kind of was the star of the first season because she had so much attitude and personality. But now with Phaedra, it's like,
you don't need her.
Yeah, I was like, you just blend in the background. Like, Phaedra's
when I think of Kate, I think of Brandy. Remember Brandy Noble was Kate's friend?
Yep.
So I'm like thinking, I didn't want to see Kate.
They brought her back because I guess she's controversy, but whatever. I didn't care for Kate, and Kate is going along with whatever Phaedra say at this point.
Which I like that. She's like, I'm a part of the Bravo Alliance. She had her back at the table. I was like, dang, this episode 2, and she like, no, it wouldn't be Phaedra. Don't come at her. She already, she just I was like, I
hope they vote off Trishelle because Trishelle is already looking at Phaedra. I know we talking too much about these dang on traitors, y'all, but y'all gotta watch it. Y'all gotta watch.
It's on Peacock, everybody.